Hi guys, this is Casey.
Hi, it's Shay. And guess what? We're back. No, just kidding. We're so excited to be back and hope that you guys have all been well. How are you?
I hope you're doing very fabulous since the last time we talked. Shay and I have been doing pretty good ourselves, and we decided to do a reading for you guys on just random topics that come across our path.
Yeah. I love that amethyst cluster. Is that one of the things we got last week on our little shopping trip?
Oh yes, girl, I am in love with these things. That place was the bomb.
That
And I,
tiger's eye one too, right?
yeah. Oh, all of them are from that place.
Oh, okay. Yeah, looks great.
Thank you. Yeah, I love shopping with you when we go out. We should not be unsupervised though.
No,
We
no.
really,
I just looked at my credit card statement from that day.
we
That's
need like we are so not adults when we go into these stores.
so bad. I was like, wait, it stunned me for a minute. And I was like, what? Oh, yeah, I remember. That's right.
And, and that was a quick little lunch we were gonna have.
Yes, our lunch. That lunch was interesting.
Yes, so we had a little bet going on. Whoever spent the least had to buy lunch. So needless to say, I was the one that had to buy lunch, guys. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. We went to a little place and we it was really dead. So we were like, okay, well, let's take the tarot cards out. We don't usually do that out in public because some people get a little weirded out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We typically go to one of our houses or something and check them out. But we opened up the cards and we were just looking at them. And the waitress, she was so super nice. She was like, "Oh, you guys read?
Yeah.
Oh, you went to see Sue, which is the lady who owns the place." And then
Yeah.
she asked, "Red, yeah." And we were like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, yeah, will you do me a reading?" And we're like, "Sure, why not?"
Yep. But it ended up being more between the two of you. I saw that real quick. I was like, all right, stepping out.
Which is kind of surprising because most people will gravitate towards Shay for those private readings face to face. And whoops, cards are flying. And this happened to be my area a little bit more because she was grieving over someone that had passed. And as you guys know, I'm all about talking to the spirit world, whether I'm
Mm-hmm.
asleep, and this was my opportunity to kind of give back because I ended up reading two ladies that day, and they both have lost very significant people in their lives, and they're dealing with survivor's guilt. The woulda, coulda, shoulda, all that kind of feeling that you kind of get wrapped up in when someone passes over, and especially if they pass quick or pass young. And really had a lot of emotion to express that day. Beautiful souls. I was really happy that I could help them at least gain some peace with what has happened. And that's all we can
Yeah.
get out of the situation.
Yeah, like I remember specifically she said a couple times like if only I had done this, if only I had done that, if only, if only, if only. And I could tell that she was really stuck on that. Like that was like almost like she blames herself,
Oh, yeah.
and we were both like real quick to be like, no, 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 no. Everybody has free will. Everybody has choices to make. We can't be, I know I can, barely responsible for my own life. I can't be responsible for others, my child's a grown up. So, I did that fine. But,
No, that's the truth is that we have enough on our hands to try to handle our daily business that we can't be responsible for other adults. But I could resonate with her emotions of if I coulda, shoulda, wouldas, because I went through that, last year as well. And,
yeah.
so, I did the coulda, shoulda, wouldas left, right, and center. And it was really hard. And I know better. Okay, guys, I know better. Okay, I know better. But still, I did the whole earthly thing, everyone was sad and everyone had their regrets. And it was this whole big, long thing. And I had to like snap myself out of it because I'm like, he's not anywhere but right next to you in his energy. So you have to keep remembering that. And it spoke to me in my cards during that time frame. And I felt like during the luncheon, the cards spoke to those ladies as well to give them some peace that their people are okay and they don't have to worry about the coulda, shoulda, wouldas. Because like you said, everyone has free will and we all have choices that we've made, and it's a choice sometimes because there's different stages that you can depart, that we pick one, and that just happened to be theirs, and there's nothing that anyone could have done. And I found out through the situation that I had gone through is that sometimes we're not supposed to know, and it's their journey.
Mm. Yeah.
Spirit guides, by our angels, by whomever is our spirit team at that moment that we need, they will block us and we won't be able to see the end result because, or not be able to get a hold of them or whatever the case is, because it's supposed to happen this way.
Yeah, I know from my own experience, it's hard to sort of digest that though. It's one of those, in theory, you get it, but like in practice, it's like, I don't know how to do that. And you and I are both pulling from some of that ourselves. We're kind of, both in a different way, but like,
No,
is
you're
there
absolutely
anything that you've learned from this that you feel like you get it and it makes it a little bit easier?
It depends on the day, to be honest. Some days I'm like, yeah, everything's cool, this is what's supposed to happen. Has a bigger picture to the situation. And other days I'm like, this sucks. This isn't fair. How come? I go back and forth just like anybody else would. It's just that emotion of missing the person, their energy not being around anymore. There's a void.
Yeah.
Even though, we have our gifts and everybody's gift is different. Some
Yeah.
people do the other side, people do not. Some people don't have a choice. It's just really hard to get past that emotional part to know that there is a bigger picture to the whole situation.
Yeah. Well, I had a card up there, and if you saw me not at all try to hide pulling it back, I was shuffling while we were talking, and this one that I pulled, I was like, no, that doesn't apply. So I put it back in, and then I shuffled again, and the same card popped out. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll put it up there. And then this is from one of the new decks that we bought, so I'm not familiar with it. So I was just looking in the book, and I realized it was actually for me on something that Spirit's been kind of putting in my conscious for a past couple days, which is automatic writing. And that's what the card was. So I was like, oh, okay, that's for me. That doesn't belong here. So that's why I moved the card. Just wanted to put that out there. I have guardian, guard your energy. So in relation to people going through the shoulda, woulda, couldas, I feel that this guardian card, this guard your energy, is kind of what you were saying earlier about how everybody goes through it differently, but there's still energy that's probably going to be too much. And that's what's going to, like, if you look at the wolf, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like swirls and everything on his fur. So that just feels like, to me, like that's the grieving process itself. It's just chaos, and you have to protect your energy through this time. And you have to just sort of remember to pay attention when you're in different energies, when you're in a more sad energy or when you're in a more stable energy, so that you can sort of learn your triggers and safety nets with that.
That's perfect, because the card that I was coming from with the energy deck is Magician in the Mirror. And about balancing the duality of those emotions for the good days and the bad days. He has one hand that's beautiful and bright and blue, and he has another hand that is holding fire. he's trying to find that balance. He's also manifesting things. So be careful with what you manifest when you're in the negative energy. Always try to manifest when you're in the positive energy, when you're feeling down and separated from the person and you're feeling the coulda, shoulda, woulda. Be kind, beat yourself up in the negative energy. Be careful what you say to yourself. It's very important for a lot of self-love at this point.
Absolutely. I have shared inspiration. Throw yourself into a new project. Be willing to let go of time constraints and rules and really be aware of whatever fulfills your heart. Well, isn't that just perfect? You need to distract yourself. You need to pull yourself out of this energy. But you also have to not put a time frame or any rules attached to your grieving. This is a process. This is not something that you can just, you're going to be okay with. This is, especially when it has to do with the loss of a loved one, it's going to be something that you carry with you. It will transform into something, more manageable as time goes. But for right now, distracting yourself is key on those times when you start feeling like you're maybe in a more emotional state and going back to that, like, I feel guilty. I feel I should have done this. I could have done that.
Yeah, these cards are really hitting home right now because we have growth as well as letting go from the wisdom deck. And this is talking about the growth part, is talking about going back to like really deep down into your psyche as to what you really need to work on, and being careful with yourself while you do it, because it's a time to let go of this energy so new energy can come in. But don't force yourself through it. Take that time through the growth stage, and this is where you quiet your mind, you go into meditation, you kind of seclude yourself and you do things that make you happy, but you're kind of isolating yourself. And that's a normal process while you're trying to go through all this stuff. The stuff is heavy and it's very real, and there's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. And you slowly acknowledge that, and you slowly start to let yourself find peace with it. However it is that you can find peace in a positive way, whether it's through automatic writing, whether it's from doing some different craft, taking care of your health better, whatever you're into. Take apart the car and put it back together. Whatever will distract you from these emotions and give you some joy is healing.
I like it. Absolutely. I got Wheel of Fortune from the Healing Light Tarot. This particular deck focuses more on blocks and things that are stopping us up. And in this particular instance, this is about cycles, but it's also about how disturbances can just change the whole existence. It's kind of almost tower-like, but it's more the emotional side of it versus the actual like physical collapse. So this just tells me that this energy is once again super strong. It's going to be something that you're going to have to maneuver. And because of the cycles, it's just going to be something that you're going to have to understand is going to pop up one day, and it's not going to make any sense and you're not going to know where it came from. But this is the time that your body, your spirit has decided this is what we're going to do right now. So let's just get into it. Let's get through it. And especially if you have guilt over shoulda, coulda, wouldas with somebody that you lost, you may be rehashing those last few moments, or the last couple days, or, years, however it works for you. But you're probably going to continue those cycles until you work it out, until it makes sense to you. But you have to understand that sometimes it's not going to make sense to you. So it's just their path, their destiny. This is the choice that they made. Obviously, there could be certain situations where it was out of their hands. But in the particular situation that brought this up, it was an accident that had hurt the person that the waitress was sad about, but there was nothing she could have done to help him. So that's just sort of highlighting the issues that are currently, that you're going to experience through this cycle of trying to heal.
Trying to heal, exactly. And it's funny you mentioned that because she did mention that she was partially a caregiver to this gentleman and they
Mm-hmm.
came up. And she was just like a really good friend and would take him for rides to his appointments and to the bank and to the grocery store and all like that. And he had several friends that helped him out, but she was in contact with them all the time. And the caregiver card is coming out because she was his like go-to person, which was really important to her that she was there for him. And she felt really bad that she wasn't there for him when she thought he needed her the most. So she has to find peace with that energy that she thinks she should have done more. But all the things that she did for him over the many years that she was friends, that counts for so much. And there's times that they don't want us there when they do pass over. So there's really nothing we can do. And like Shay said, it's taken out of our hands, taken out of their hands. It just is what it is. And that's a really hard energy to get through because we want answers as humans. We want to know why. Why
Yeah.
is the big question we have, right? The
Mm-hmm.
second we have is coming up as support. And this is where you need to find as much support as humanly possible to get your energies out, to talk to people that have gone through it. Um, it's really important to have that clique of people that understand you. So if you really think about going to grief counseling, think about any which way that you can express yourself that is of the positive that will help you through all the different stages, all the different waves. You think you're past this one, and then it comes a couple months later and sneaks up on you when you're doing the dishes or, you know, mowing the lawn or something, and you're wondering why you're crying like an idiot in the middle of your lawn. I mean, we've all done it. And it's like it just hits you in a wave and you don't know what to do. So you go in the house and just be kind to yourself, but find someone, a trusted friend, someone that you can talk to about it.
Yeah. Like the other day when it happened to me, I was at work and like I like talk to people all night long. And I'm thinking I probably can't answer the phone like but it just crept up on me and I'm like, all right, I guess this is what I have to go through. And as soon as I got into it, it was over pretty quickly, but I had a moment. But one of the things, and it's funny that because this pulled blessings, um I heard count your blessings when I pulled the card. I feel like we need to focus on being grateful that we had them as long as we did, and that we're grateful for the memories that we had. We need to count our blessings in this situation, that they are no longer hurting, they're no longer in pain, they don't have to wear masks everywhere, there's that. So I feel like we just need to be thankful for them, and even find something to be thankful for in this journey of grief as well.
Yes, it's very important to hold on to the good memories and don't be sad. You try not to be sad when those memories or those anniversaries come up. Try to honor them the best way you know how. Speak about them often, keep them around, keep their energy around. If you miss them, talk to them. It, they can hear you, they can send signs and symbols. And they're loud, okay?
Yeah, my sister's pretty loud.
Yeah, yeah. And they get their point across. It's just they communicate in a different way. So if you're dreaming about them a lot for a length of time, write down the dreams if you can, because there's a message in there for you. And it could be just the way they make you feel while they're there, feeling that unconditional love that they have for us, and protected, you're not scared or whatever. And they also want to show you that they're okay. Okay. They will come to you healed and whole. And I just want to mention this because I have crazy dreams. If they come to you and they're not happy, it's usually our energy worrying about them more so than they're coming to us unhappy or scared or injured. That's usually us projecting in our dream state what we're afraid of. Because if they're to come to you and show you what they've been doing, they're going to come to you whole and bright and full of love and positive energy. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that.
I like it. I got clear and shield your energy, which is the same thing as the guardian card. I'm actually trying to figure out why there's so much emphasis on blocking your energy. Other than the only thing I'm thinking of is just to make it easier to go through the moments where you're maybe a little bit more vulnerable, and might not have your emotions in check.
Oh,
And
I got on that.
what?
That when we're in this energy, sometimes if the person has just passed, we are so looking for all these signs and we can't see them and where they are. And it's because we're in the grief energy and it's hard for them to get their light to us so we can see the symbols or they're happening.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because we're so far in grief and that heavy emotion. So if we change the energy, we're able to notice them a little bit more. And as we notice them more, we heal more and we feel better about the situation.
I like that. Good looking out.
Well, I have two cards here and it's be of service and make each day count. And what they're just trying to tell you guys is when you're in that low energy, go take a walk, go check on your neighbor, hold the door for somebody, perpetuate positive energy out so positive energy can come back to you, because right now you don't feel like smiling on your bad days. You don't feel like talking to other people. And if you're forced to do so and you can't have like a mental health day about how you're feeling, try to go out there and do something, especially if you've been in a depressed mode for a little bit. It's good to get out and help other people because that will help you feel better.
Yeah. Well, I've got two cards here as well. I've got color, and I have divine masculine. Sorry, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to reach up there, so my bad. The way I'm in here right now, I got a webcam, but I don't have the right mounting, so it's a little bit rigged in here. So
so is mine. Duct tape's my best friend.
so, but the proper mount's coming. It's coming. So I have color and I have divine masculine. The color is where there's life opening up, where you're stopping seeing just purely black and white and you're starting to notice beauty again. The divine masculine, and these are energy cards, is also about where we start being okay with not getting the answers that we need, and we just come into a place of acceptance, and we just sort of carry it with us. It's strong energy, but we're able to sort of carry it with us and reformat it into something that allows us to move on with our life, hence opening up to more beauty and returning to life through this grief process.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that. It's really heavy energy. So anything positive that can lighten our load a little bit, and especially knowing that other people go through the same things, it's really important to pull together. When you're going through the energy, I pulled the Tower card, the Page of Swords in reverse, and the High Priest in reverse. This is your moment right here. The Tower card is, of course, when they pass away, you go into yourself and you hold your emotions close with the Page of Swords in reverse. You're not speaking about them. You're not confiding in people. And it's important that you do that. The High Priest in reverse is talking to me about not being able to see the signs, of course, because, not listening to our higher power when we're in that low-lying energy, but also kind of losing faith in a lot of things that you thought were going to work out. And now you have to switch gears for a new future without this person. And again, that's where the healing comes in, and that's where the faith comes back when you have some kind of ability to find peace within. It's really hard and it takes a lot, but that's what we need to kind of work on when we're doing the coulda, shoulda, wouldas when this person passes.
I got help from above. On this card is about being able to open your heart. And I go here to color where there's actually a heart, and that one was about opening your heart. It's going, the situation that you're in is going to require you to tap into those parts that you don't like, the icky mucky parts. But it is for a higher good, and it's all part of the process that you're in. It also asks you to remember that the person that you lost is now in a different form. And they're now assisting you in your journey, because your journey with them did not end just because they're no longer here in the physical. It's just a continuation, and it's different form, but there's still a togetherness that's there. And I feel like they're asking you to feel comforted by the fact that they're still there.
The whole time you just said that, I'm looking at Magician in the Mirror, the Grove, and Letting Go. And that explains these cards as well perfectly.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, because they're, you know, you're manifesting a different relationship with them. They're manifesting something for you. They're protecting you. They're taking care of you. They're your new magician. They will be able to, you know, provide that assistance that you need. And when you go into the grove and go into that yucky stuff, that's where you let go of those thoughts that really hinder your progress. And we all feel that way because this is such intense separation.
Yeah.
You bond with an angel message, or that you have a special bond with animals, and your pets here on earth and in heaven are watched over by angels.
Wow.
We also have, I am the angel of peace, and I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. So the animal card to me resonates as unconditional love, you know, being present in the moment, doing the things that bring you joy. I mean, my dogs don't do anything that don't bring them joy. Okay. If they can't bark, go chase the cat, they're not happy. Okay. So they do what they want every day. And there's unconditional love with my pets. You know how it goes, guys. So just know that that is the energy they're sending from the other side. And know that peace is coming with you. Your angels are with you. They're going to guide you. They're going to inspire you. They're going to allow you to have your best life. And it's still a relationship with this person that passed, but it's going to be different from what you're used to.
Mm-hmm. I have like attracts like. This is from my love deck. So it's saying if you're longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. This is essentially the law of attraction. You get back what you put out. So I feel like in this particular situation, if you're going to be in an energy where you're, you know, there's what different phases of grieving, anger, denial, you know, whatever those are, you tend to live in those energies. That's why there's like categories. It's not something that you're just going to feel today and be done tomorrow. It's a process to work through each thing. So I feel like putting out the energy of love, even though you're in a place, but putting that love and remembering that love for that person and putting that continued love into the universe is going to bring it back to you in a way that's going to help you sort of heal through this process. Did I say that right? Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. Yes, absolutely. And
Okay.
everything process. I mean, you nail it right there. It's the process is ebb and flow. It goes away, it comes back. And eventually you get over the hurdles, and the hurdles aren't as hard as they used to be.
Yeah.
Your emotion card that I pulled for this energy are dreams coming true. So watch your dreams. They're communicating with your dreams. And also, you hear in the physical, this is a sign that your dreams can come true. You can live your best life. You're still here for a purpose. There's a reason why you had to go through this, but it can only make you stronger and closer to your spirituality. When you get through the yucky stuff that we were talking about with the grove and letting go, it's really hard. But as we let go of that energy, we have to replace it with energy. So we want to bring in the blessings. We want to bring in that good energy that we are going to have a good life. and know that they got our backs. You know, we have
Mhm.
angel in heaven now because they did take that crossing over in this particular time frame. And we just have to just let them do their business up there and keep us out of trouble, okay? Because they are
Yes.
very hard and we're not making it easy for them.
No. I have answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? And I feel like you just said it with you're still here for a purpose. That means there's still work for you to do. So that card coming out while Casey was talking about that is just reaffirming and emphasizing that if you're here, there's a reason why you're here. If they're not here, there's a reason why they're not here. It sort of is all intertwined. It just means their story was complete. You have more to go, and losing them is part of that story.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is true.
Yeah.
I wanted to pull one last card from the Talking to Heaven deck. So
Mm,
since we're talking about them, why not let them have a voice?
yes.
Let's see what they have to say. This is the new deck and I'm not familiar with it at all.
Is it from one of the ones we bought the other day?
Well, three of them pop out, so I'm just going to let you guys see what they are. And it says, although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. I will always point you in the right direction. There is no time where I am. Time is only on the earth.
Aw.
This is really nice that, nothing's happening that we're missing out on right now because there is no time difference like here on earth. So it's like time stands still over there. Okay. They're not in a rush to do anything. So for them to wait for us to cross over is no big deal. I will point you in the right direction. Like you said, they are here as our angels. They will help keep us out of trouble. And although we don't understand why, everything happens for a reason. So have faith and know that they are very much protected once they do cross over.
Mhm. And still with us.
Absolutely.
Well, this was really great. I really enjoyed reading this way on that topic, especially since it's something that, we can relate to, and just feeling like there might be others who can relate as well, and maybe it will help them.
Yeah, going through the survivor's guilt is really tough,
Mhm.
but know that you're not going through it alone. It's part of
Yeah.
the grief process. And reach out to someone or, you know, um, a club or a group that you can share your experiences because it really does help talking about it. Because I know that if I didn't have Shay to talk about it with, I'd probably lose my mind.
Yeah.
And
Same.
we can call each other anytime and say, guess what happened? Or I thought this, or I, felt that, whatever the case is. And it's just nice to know that you can share with someone that understands.
Hmm. Yeah, and definitely, if you feel up to it, leave us a comment and tell us your experience with this situation, and how it helped you or how you're still going through it. And let's support each other through this, because it's hard to lose somebody close, and you don't really know what to expect until it actually happens. And I've been lucky and blessed that it just I've just happened. So I've never really had any experience like this. So, it's been a real learning curve and not at all what I expected. Not that I thought about it, but just it's nothing like I thought it would be.
Right.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you think of things all the time and you're like, well, what if this happens or what if that happens? And you have these scenarios in your head, not that you wish any ill will, but you kind of wonder what would happen if, I died. How would my kids react? What would happen to this? What would happen to that? And then when someone leaves, your life changes in a way that you could never comprehend because they were always there.
Hmm.
Understand how you can go on with life without them being a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. That has definitely been one of the most eye-opening things, is that, and we talked about that, and it's like, I mean, you're 100% right. It's a complete void that is completely unexpected.
Yeah, it's really hard to grasp the new life you have without them in it. You can't just pick up the phone and call them, or swing over and chat for a minute or two. When your family member leaves, it's like a big part of you is gone. It's like, someone just cut off your arm or something. You really are missing that huge person that was in your life, that huge energy that took up a lot of your time, a lot of your energy, talking back and forth, or just planning things for family events even,
Yeah. Yeah.
a such and such dish. And now, nobody can make it like them anymore. You know what I'm saying? They're missed every single day.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So definitely let us know your experiences. We'd love to hear from you. Anything you want to add, Casey?
Nope, just have a very blessed day. Thank you for tuning in, and we would love to have you back again.
Yep, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in about a week.
Take care.
Bye.